made it over here at the iLandscape convention. I didn't need a coffee table. This is the Illinois-Wisconsin convention. They have all kinds of fun stuff here. You know, I'm noticing that this is kind of a difficult convention to run because it's not really a national, it's a very local convention. Got a lot of local nurseries and suppliers and things like that there, which is great for me because I could use those. But dealing with YouTube with people all around the country, you're not going to go to my local mulch supplier for mulch. So it's kind of gotten a little tricky finding people to kind of talk to, interview, get information about for you. But I'm working on it. We'll find something. You know, they got these cool little cutouts right here. You want me to put my face in that, don't you? All right, you win. I'll do it. How do I look? How do I look? Does this look good? Good look on me? Should I start mowing like this? Yeah. Jeez. I managed to pretty much walk around the whole convention. It's been about an hour just to get a lay of the land, see everything, and also talk to a few reps and things like that, and have a few interviews lined up. So I guess on with the show. Alright, so stop number one is the Aspen booth. If you haven't heard of Aspen yet, they're actually kind of a pretty big company. They've taken off quite well as far as they do fuels. The alternative fuel, I guess you could say, that you're buying pre-mixed in a can and stuff like that. They, what impressed me the most about this particular company is I was watching the Dirt Monkey and he did a burn test. They were the cleanest out of anybody. And the next one that came in line was actual gasoline. So we're going to go over, talk to the rep from Aspen. If you haven't heard about them, you probably want to know about them. It's really kind of good stuff.
Hi, I'm with James from Aspen. He's going to talk to us a little bit, tell us a little bit about the Aspen products and what can you expect from them.
All right, thanks, Michael. Yeah, thanks for coming out today. So Aspen is an alkylate fuel, which is basically the most pure form of gas that can be obtained from the refinery. So at the pump, you have some alkylate fuel, but we take the most pure form and use it almost exclusively in our small engine fuels. So we have the Aspen 2, which is pre-mixed with our fully synthetic biodegradable oil. So really popular with like chainsaws, trimmers, different handheld machines. And then we have the straight alkylate fuel, the Aspen 4, for different 4-stroke machines. So what's different compared to other prepackaged fuels and engineered fuels on the market is it's extremely clean burning. We don't have the aromatics in our fuel, so you're going to have a lot less carbon buildup in the engine. I don't know if you want to show here. We ran a trimmer 50 hours on Aspen and then with pump fuel, and you can see how much more carbon buildup you get there. And after 145 hours, the exhaust ports and the Aspen versus the pump fuel. And by removing those aromatics, you're going to have a lot less carbon buildup. And you're also not going to be breathing those more nasty hazardous substances from the exhaust. So you're not going to be exposed to the benzene, the toluene, some more irritable substances. So a lot of the operators, they like it. They don't get that headache when they're doing a flush cut or running their saws for an extended period. So it's a lot better for the equipment and the operator. And, yeah, that's kind of Aspen in a nutshell. It's available in the Chicago area from few different dealers, Russo Power, Arlington Power, among others. So a newer brand to the U.S., but it's been in Europe for over 30 years. So we're just getting the name out here, and people seem to really like it so far.
So one of the things I brought up before was I watched the burn test.
Oh yeah,
And I was really impressed by the burn test because this was like one of the cleanest burning fuels out of just putting them on plates and burning it. And the next one was actually standard gas with,
Okay.
I think they were doing mix oils, but with the mix.
Yeah.
But it was just like the standard gas was the next cleanest after Aspen, and everything else was that they tested all the artificial fuels, and we're like below that.
Yeah. So that gives you an indication for just how clean burning it is. It doesn't leave that carbon residue, and I think those types of videos too. You see the fumes coming off it. It doesn't have that dark smoke coming off it. So it's not exactly what happens in an engine, but it gives you a good idea of the types of effects.
Right. So when it burns, it comes out cleaner. You're less likely to be asphyxiated, that kind of stuff on the fuel.
Absolutely.
Not that you can't be, but you're less likely.
Yeah. And you're not, in the long run, you're not exposing yourself to carcinogens like benzene, which you don't really want to breathe in any event.
All right. Well, thanks, James.
Yeah. Good to meet you, sir.
Good to meet
and
you, too.
thanks for stopping by.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'm here with Matt from RentalMax. He's going to tell us about what he can do. So I was here earlier, and I think it was Patty came up and said, I can make you money. So that's what I was interested in. That's what brought me in. How can RentalMax make me money?
We can make you money by you not having to buy your own equipment. You come to one of our stores, you rent it. You don't have to worry about maintenance. You don't have to worry about storing the equipment. We keep it, you rent it. It's easy.
So where are some of where are you located out of?
In Illinois, we've got 8 locations, and then we also are in Madison, Wisconsin, Hobart, Indiana. And all of our locations are right around like Chicago suburbs, so we're really spread out from Lake Zurich down to Joliet.
So you're in that Great Lakes or Lake Michigan, Great Lakes region, right around Chicago, the Milwaukee area, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So.
Kind of go all the way
All
out to
right. So you guys from Florida need to go contact them and yell at them that they need to open a location up by you?
Somehow there is a RentalMax in Florida, but they're not affiliated with us, so it's kind of funny you mentioned that.
But if they open one up, you would totally move down there, right?
Let's do it. Seaside, I'm there.
Okay. So that's exactly how make your money. Good rates, good equipment. What kind of equipment would a landscape professional be able to rent from you?
Very competitive rates. We watch the market where we fluctuate our rates when we need to. We have a lot of excavators, skid steers, earth moving equipment, augers, wood chippers, and then down to like aerators and to thatchers. So we kind of cover all the spectrum.
All right, Matt.
I haven't done the phone too, don't worry.
Matt, thanks for speaking with us, and good luck.
Come and rent.
Come and rent. So rent from RentalMax and yell at them to put a location by your area.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm here with Drew, and we're going to talk about satellite quotes. He's going to give us a quick rundown and walk through and what this software can do for you.
Absolutely. So SatQuote is a really easy to use platform. So let's hit that address. Give me that address one more time. Once you select it, you'll be able to see your property. You can then lay out your property lines for what you want information for. We'll go ahead and do the whole one this time because we were doing it earlier and just looking at some mulch stuff. So once we have that down, you can choose an imagery date. So we'll pick one with some tree cover off, and we'll go ahead and pull down a heavy super image. So it's going to download these images. These are going to live on your profile for forever. So once it's there, it's yours. You can come back and use it many times as you want to. It's going to store both the property information as well as your customer information. So it's download this now. Once it's completed, you'll have this, you can see the Google image before, and now it's going to show you that same image with a really, really nice, crisp, high resolution image on it. And now we're going to do the AI portion. So we're going to pick that same date here of March, pull it down. We've got a number of surface packs ranging from asphalt through pervious here. Once you pull them down, it's going to go ahead and auto calculate each one of these for you. And the nice thing is there's no waiting. It's pretty much instantaneous as soon as it comes down. So boom, that was able to measure out that lawn in the landscape for the customer, as well as place this mowing product on it. So real easy to use, able to kind of see these individual areas and see their total square footage. That's a 4,300 square foot yard. If you don't like where one of these points sits, it's really easy just to click and move it. So you can kind of go in and clean up your stuff after you're done. We also have a full product library, so you can add anything from like product and services, like if you wanted to add a bush or a shrub, you can throw that down and create a full landscape plan for your customer right in the app. One of the other things that's kind of unique about it is once you place these items, it's also calculating down here exactly how many you've placed. And you've also got the ability now to put that item onto a quote. So every item that you place on the system, it's going to track how many pieces you put on the map, and then also what that conversion factor is as you build the quote for the customer. And then when you're done with that product, you're going to be able to go over and create these really, really nice clean quotes for your customer, visually showing them exactly what they're doing and how it works.
All right, well, thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for your time.
Thanks for talking to us. And this is the pricing plan, so just to talk numbers here. So
Absolutely. So we have 3 plans. Our stat measure plan's $150 a year. Stat measure plus is $300 a year. Stat quote $600 a year. Pretty easy to understand. All those plans include 250 free searches a year with Google imagery. The stat measure plan basically just lets you measure. You can click around, do your stuff. You also have the ability to purchase the AI and high resolution imagery. When you go to Stat Measure Plus, you can do both our mobile app. So we've got a really clean app on the back end as well. So beyond being able to do those things and we just showed you online, anytime you complete that quote, that same information we just pulled is already in our app. So as a person on the site, you can go in, measure, change it around. So making that seamless process from there to the field. You can also do things like add labels, photos, notes, and those photos are geotagged so you can see them when they come back into the app. So that makes it real clean. So that's the kind of stuff you get with Stat Measure Plus. And then when you go to our full stat quote program, that includes our design library, being able to place those products, create those nice quotes, and also be able to send those to your customers. So,
all right, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Hi, so I'm over here and I'm editing the video you're watching right now. And I just want to interject on a few things. This is not necessarily always the easiest thing to do. When I make the jokes about the IKEA parking lot, that's the remote parking for the convention. There's very little parking on site. They actually have set up with IKEA to park over there, and then you have to get on a shuttle bus and take it over to the convention. Well, I mean, it was one day that I was sitting in line for 20 minutes in 0-degree weather, waiting for a bus, waiting to get on a bus. They were running those shuttle buses as fast as they can, but they was just not conducive for the volume that they were getting. And I did that all wearing a lightweight hoodie jacket because I didn't want to bring my winter coat because I didn't want to have to check it and pay the extra $2. I'm that cheap. But there's other things too, like bringing all of this extra camera equipment and strapping it to my back and have to carry that around the entire convention. It's a little bit cumbersome too. I don't mind doing it, and the reason why I don't mind doing it is because I enjoy bringing this content to you. And if you enjoy watching this content, I'd appreciate it if you can throw some love back out at me and just hit that thumbs up button. Maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I'd really appreciate it, just to know that you appreciate what I'm doing as well. So that being said, you're not going to want to miss the rest of this. We're getting into steel and echo, and you're probably going to want to see that. So I'll let you get to that right away. I'm here with Jason from Steel, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about their new battery technology. So, Jason, what do you have to say about that?
How's it going, YouTube? So today we have on display our new AP500S battery. Oh, there it is. So this is the newest addition to our cartridge style battery. It's a flat laminate cell rather than our cylindrical cells that are in our traditional AP batteries. And the big advantage of this is that you're going to get double the charge cycles out of it. So in a traditional cylindrical style battery, you're looking at about 1,250 to 1,500 charges before you lose 20% capacity in the battery. So it's still a good battery for other tools, but the AP500, you're going to be looking at about 3,000 full charge cycles before you start to see that drop off in capacity. So it's only about 6% heavier than our former AP300S, but you see about a 20% increase in capacity. So this is a great battery that's going to pair well with our newest chainsaw, our newest battery-powered chainsaw, which is the MSA 300. And we also have a new battery-powered top-handle chainsaw, the MSA 220T. So that's the latest and greatest, and an update on our new battery technology.
So I'm looking at the batteries, so they're interchangeable?
Yep, so in our AP platform, which is the platform that we recommend for professional landscapers and contractors, this is going to work in all these tools that you see behind me, our line trimmers, leaf blowers, chainsaws, all the different product categories. This is what you're going to want to use.
So if you got old equipment, you can still use the new batteries?
Absolutely, yeah. We try to stay with the same platform, so as the technology improves, you can keep your tools and use the newer style batteries in there.
All right, well, thank you, Jason.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right, so I'm here with Doug from Echo, and he's going to tell me about the most powerful backpack blower on the market.
Yeah, we're here at the ILCA show, and we actually came out with this blower 3 years ago. And for all you end users out there, time is money. So if you want to make more money, or if you want to save time, especially in the fall with fall cleanup and leaves, you have to check out the Echo PB9010 series. It is the world's most powerful backpack. It's 1,110 CFM, 220 miles per hour. A couple main points: that CFM is generated, as you can see, by the diameter of the tubes itself. Keep in mind that a combination of CFM and miles per hour is really what we're looking after. Miles per hour breaks product debris free from the curbs, from frozen, wet, heavy, but it's a CFM. So you need a little bit of both of that. You'll also notice a metal wear ring on the end of our tube. You guys unfortunately like to drag the tubes on the ground, and you don't want to wear that concave end down, otherwise that affects performance. On the blower itself, for comfort, and when you're operating these, even in the heat of the summer, on the Echo models, and we do this on all three of our backpacks, is an intake here that will draw 15% of its intake air across your low back. So when you're out and it's July and it's August and it's 95 degrees, you actually get a cooling effect here. Heavy padded straps, both top and bottom, so you can keep the weight of the blower up close, tight to your shoulder girdle. The big backpacks, yes, they're going to weigh more. You want more power? That's a bigger motor. It's a larger frame. It's larger tubes. They're going to weigh more. But please, put our backpack on, tighten those straps up, and you'll see it's comfortable. On the intake side for airflow, on the air cleaner, you notice on our 9010, it's mounted up on the top instead of the side. That's because 90% of your air around the backpack is going to be down low. So by putting your air cleaner up top, and then also a pre-filter so it'll catch that cottonwood in the spring. Huge fuel tank. You'll get approximately 45 minutes to an hour depending on your speed if you're running it wide open, full throttle. We have one of the best warranties out there. It's a 2-year commercial, 5-year consumer warranty. Nobody has a 5-year consumer warranty. And once again, we're at the booth, or you can check us out at echo-usa.com. Thanks.
All right, so I know some of you guys were looking at that steel trailer and thinking life goals. I know you were, but so today's actually been a pretty good day, I guess, for me here at the convention. It's actually here at day 2 of it. So I won this awesome hat and jacket. I mean, the only problem that I've seen so far with the jacket is this, but yeah, I'll still wear it. I got no problem with that. And if you see me wearing it in a future video, you can make fun of the GM guy who's wearing a Ford jacket. I got no problem wearing it. Ford's not that bad of a company. Like I said, I don't have huge loyalties. It's whatever's cheapest in my book. But this is a great opportunity that I have just to meet people in the area, find these distributors, also just learn about other products. So if I'm, for instance, I was talking to people that do pavers today. That wouldn't happen at Equip because I'm not a paver guy. They're not going to give me the time of day at a convention like that. But when they're sitting there doing nothing, they'll give me the time of day and they'll tell me about their products and maybe give me some tips if I wanted to get started in the business, because they have the time to do it and it keeps them entertained. I guess you could say, and less bored just sitting there at a table, like staring at people walking by. But chemical applicators, the chemical companies, I've been talking to them. Again, I don't have an applicator's license, so I go to Equip. They don't want to talk to me. They want to talk to the people who have the license that they can sell products to right away. They're not necessarily concerned about just talking to me. So this has been really kind of cool. I pinpointed a few areas that, some of them are kind of local, but a few areas that, you guys can all latch on to. So I hope you appreciate that. And as I said, the booths here are much smaller. So, but it's different. It's not that it's good or bad or worse. It's just something that's different. And it definitely has a huge value, even dealing with these local landscape conventions and being able to meet a lot of the local people, because outside of Site One or whatever, you're not going to find a lot of landscape providers that are all around the country. They're just going to be local guys and gals, running their local businesses. Like the jacket came from one of the local Ford dealerships, and I got to meet the owner of the Ford dealership. She's amazing. She's working the table right there, and she owns the dealership. So it's absolutely awesome, and it's really kind of gives you that really good, nice hometown feel kind of a thing, I guess you could say, instead of everything being so national, everybody being all over the place. Again, it's cool meeting people from all over the country, but it's also great meeting people from right here in your own little neck of the woods. That pretty much calls it for the iLandscape. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. Click the like button on this video. The YouTube algorithm loves it, and we don't want to anger the YouTube algorithm. And, well, I'll see you next time. I need to pick up a lamp. I know you were sitting there, oh yeah, that was just a great joke, you have to pick up a lamp. No, I literally had to pick up a lamp here. I bought a lamp.